So hi guys, my name is Shalise and of course this is Infinite Modesty Design. Now in this video we will be making a pot oven mitt. So stay tuned.
I do have the pattern. The pattern is very easy to make, guys, with your hands, but for beginners who probably might be not sure on how to go about it, I do have a pattern.
So if you're interested in the pattern guys, you could click a link in the description below and you would get the free pattern downloadable. Let's get started.
First, we want to cut out two lining. So we have two lining fabric. We have two main fabric pieces, right? So I have two main fabric pieces. And what I did a little cheat tonight. This is a no-no if you have to make it for someone itself. You do need an insulated lining here if you want to get the insulated lining itself to make this pot holder. Definitely, this is it. All right, so let's get started now. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do first. The first thing I'm going to do here now this lining here, I would put, of course, right sides touching right sides. This doesn't have any particular right sides anyway. I just, put it, is any side could go, but just make sure you have right sides touching right sides. And of course, I would say pin it down, or if you have clippers or whatever you have, you want to make sure you have the edge nice and pretty, nice and line up. It's very important to have it nice and line up. Now, last thing you want to have is an opening here. So I'm going to do like a 3-inch opening. You could do a 4-inch opening. You could do a 2-inch opening. It all depends on you. There's no right or wrong here. Just make sure you have an opening in the lining portion. That's very, very important. Okay, so that I'm going to put it aside. Then the next thing now I'm going to have is my main fabric. So what I'm going to do here, guys, now my fabric is very pretty here. I want right sides touching right sides. No, right sides itself for my fabric. Now I'm not sure which is the right side. So the funny thing here, you want to make sure you put the let me just show you here. You got to open it a certain way. Okay, so this is it here. Let's say this is right sides touching right side because you want to make sure you work on the wrong side. So I'm just going to open it like this, right? And I'm just going to assume that this is my wrong side, okay? Because the fabric pattern is pretty much the same on both sides. So any side for me could work as the right or the wrong side. So I'm going to take this here now, and I'm going to place it down. Make sure it's nicely settled. It's very important that it's nicely settled. All right, make sure it's nicely settled here as well. You could pin it down. Here. You could just put, sorry, my bad here. You can put pin to actually settle it down nicely, very important. And this would be, of course, not your fleece. I have fleece here just as a demo. You would want, of course, to have your insulated lining just like this. You want to cut it out just like this. And what I'm going to do here now, I'm just going to tuck pin it to make sure I have everything all settled here. Now, there's one more piece I forgot to mention. And is that if you want a little loop, make it look really, really nice and pretty. I realized I didn't do it in this one, and it doesn't look so nice for me. I kind of like this one because, it kind of have the holder there. You could kind of hang it up on a nail or something in your kitchen. So I have this piece here. There's no right or wrong way, guys. You could make it longer, shorter. I think I have here 2-inch by 4.5 inch. So 4.5 inch long by 2-inch width. And what I did is I just iron it in the half. So some of you guys who take classes with me already would kind of know this method. I iron this in half, and then I iron it in half, make the end come to the middle, the other end to come to the middle, and then I just fold it down like this, and I'm going to go ahead and sew it down. Okay, so this I'm going to do it in a bit. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to go on the sewing machine, and I'm just going to make line. If you want, this is something that you could do if you're someone that you really, really want to make sure everything is precise. You could take your ruler and you can make lines across the insulated line in itself. You could make all sort of different lines, and then you could sew along the line. What we're going to go ahead and do, I'm just going to be sewing just some lines to make sure I keep it nicely. Something like this. I did not do any ruler or no, nothing like that, right? I just go on the machine and I sew it down this way, sew it down this way, just to make some lines across. But you could go ahead and make it neat and nice. And if you want to go, you know, you could kind of step up levels and stuff. All right. So I'm just going to go on the machine right now and just sew this this down. And also I'm just going to sew this at the very edge here. So this is like 1/8 of an inch or right at the very edge of the presser foot. Okay. So let me go ahead and do that right now. All right. Now, as I'm doing that here now, I also want to know if you are watching me live in the group. All right. So ready for project and you say, all right, good stuff. So if anyone have any question or concern or any way on how they could get the pattern, you could definitely let me know. I would get the pattern out for you. All right. So one is done. I'm just going to put it here. So one is done. So this one is all done. Just gonna take out the thread, whatever. So see, this one is very, very easy here. Done here. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and just do some lines here. I'm gonna show you what it is. So of course, when you're doing yours, you wanna make sure you have a thread that works with your fabric, right? So for me now, I have a black thread. So you could actually see the lines very well. So I know that I didn't do anything straight. Here. Right. Gonna go next. I'm just going randomly and I'm not gonna do a whole lot of them. All right. And the next level here. The good thing I have a fast machine, so it helps me go a little faster. Here. And I come this way.
Jill, is the insulating lining, how much we have to get?
Well, you could buy, I think they said it's probably a yard in Amazon. So you could just buy, and like I said, you just cut it out according to, right? According to your mitten itself. So give me 1 second, guys. My thing is done. But the thing is, Claudia and everyone is you could buy a yard, 2 yard if you want to give ideas for not just yourself, right? So you make for yourself, you make for friends or family, whatever the case may be. You got a yard. A yard should work fine, especially if you want to go into, if you want to start selling it. Well, yeah, maybe you need more than a yard, but a yard should be fine, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yard should be fine. And also, if you want to make your pot older as well, so you have a yard more.
You have matching one, yeah.
There you go. All right. So this, I didn't do a lot here, guys. I'm just gonna do some more here. Just want to kind of, you could do a lot more. You could do it really neat and nice. I didn't pretty up anything here. So I'm gonna just continue here now. I'm gonna try not to go too fast so my needle don't break. My thread, sorry, don't break. But we're gonna go as nice and gentle as we can. So if anyone is watching my live from the Facebook group, you want to say hi, where you're connecting with us from, or you're watching the replay, you could just type replay in the bottom and say where you're connecting with us from. That would be nice. And if you do need the pattern for this, we could definitely send it out for you. Send us your email. We'll definitely send it out for you. The video would be in the group for some time, and then it will be taken down. All right, so just maybe 1 or 2 more. And we are done. So there's no, I have to do the line perfectly straight. I have to do listen something. We're just gonna be making our mitten, and trust me, our guests would love it. They would appreciate it, especially for this holiday season. So our inspiration is to continue making holiday DIY project, guys, live. So either you would see me live with our membership group, or you probably will see me live itself in general, and just, giving you tips and tricks for the holidays and letting you know that we do offer sewing classes if you want to learn from zero to hero. That's what we're all about. Okay, guys, so you could, like I said, you could go do straight, nice, pretty lines. I just, that's fine for me. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do here, guys, where's my little pieces? Okay, so this is my little piece here, which is awesome. I'm going to rest it aside. So the next thing I'm gonna do here now, guys, I am gonna go ahead. I'm gonna sew this down. I'm gonna just do 1/2 inch, right? If you want to make a bigger, if you want to have, you know, a lot of space, let's say you have big hands, you could actually go 1/4 inch seam allowance all around. I'm just gonna go 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch is fine for me. So I'm gonna go 1/2 inch here and stop, right? Because I want to have an opening. Then I'm gonna start with right here, go all around. Hopefully you're seeing that here. All around, all around, all around. And I'm gonna finish here because of course I need the bottom part in order to put my hand in, right? So let me go ahead and do that right now. So once I'm doing that, I'm gonna do 1/2 inch. So just gonna sew it down 1/2 inch. And then I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like. Guys, this is so easy, very, very easy, very peasy. If you're looking for a place where, for those who are watching the replay, or if you're watching live, and you want a place where you could continue sewing, like I said, I always say this, our membership is not about videos. There are videos everywhere. It's just about community. And we get encouraged to sew each other, encourage each other. That's pretty much what it is. So I'm almost done here, going around my corners nicely. Trying to be fast, but still trying to be safe, because that's the goal of sewing. It's not just how fast or how quick I could sew, but how safe I could land. Let's put it like that. You want to make sure you have a safe landing. All right, so this part is done, guys. See? So I have this opening right here. Let me just put this here. Trim out all my something here. My opening here. I'm going to take out my pins. Take out my pins. And then I'm just going to leave this waiting for its next step. So this is going to be waiting. So I'm going to do this now. So let me just put this aside. So this here now, I'm going to put right sides touching right sides, just like this, right? And of course, I'm going to match them up nice and pretty. Just make sure the line just make sure that everything is lined up nicely. So again, if you're watching us live, or if you're watching the replay, say hi, where you're connecting with us from. If you want to take part in our DIY, sew along, you could definitely message me, let me know. We do offer beginner sewing classes, which starting next week. I do have a few people who sign up. So if you are watching me live and you sign up, thank you so much. We have lots of space available. And this is a special beginners class we're coming out with. All right, good stuff. So let's go ahead. So we're going to do 1/2 inch all the way around down here. So let's get started. All right. So I'm just gonna sew. So who could tell me why is it important? What is important of ironing? So anybody could answer. Whether you're on Zoom or you're watching me live, what is the importance of ironing? Why is it important to iron your garments or to iron your whatever? I don't know. And iron your project. Let's put it like that. What is the importance of ironing?
So you'll have a neat finish.
There you go. I like that. Have a neat finish. What else? Yeah.
Make it look professional.
Give it a professional look. Nice. Absolutely. Yeah. Any other tips? So you have a neat finish. Make it look very professional. Exactly. All that is fantastic tips for sure. All right. So I am done here now, guys. What you could do now, if you scared about cutting, you might cut extra. Just don't do it. That's all I have to say. But you could go ahead and just nip the edge here. You have to be very careful though. So like I said, if you're scared, you think you might cut through the line itself. You know what? To be safe than sorry, just don't do anything. But you could go ahead and just nip through just around that corner here. You could also do it for the lining as well. It's just relax that curved edge there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. All right, good stuff. All right, so moment of truth now. So I'm gonna get my piece here. So this is my piece here. I'm just gonna put a pin through it because that's gonna be at the very edge. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this like that. So what I'm gonna do here, guys, I am gonna turn this I'm going to turn this completely around. So this is the main piece. I'm going to turn it completely around. So just look at what I'm doing here. I'm going to turn it completely around. And hoping I have my iron on. I could iron it. So have it nicely turn around. So it's already look all pretty and ready to go already. But we still have some more work before we could complete it. So I am going to go ahead and iron it. Just briefly iron it. No, I didn't have my iron on. So it's going to be sort of like a cold iron. So just this one, I'm going to iron it nicely. And when you poke it out, just make sure you poke out the thumb nicely. You know, make sure that everything just poke out nice and even. And then you're going to give it a beautiful press. That's pretty much it here. All right, good stuff. That's fine enough for me. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do here, guys, listen. I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to put it in here. So look at what I'm going to do here. Then I'm going to take this, because remember, we know about, for all my beginners here, on my advanced here, we know about right sides to right side. So right now, this is the right side of my fabric. I want to get it right sides of my other mitten. So the right side now is inside here. So I'm going to put my hand through here. And then I'm going to put it through here now. It looks kind of weird, but don't worry, we'll get there. Put it through here, and I'm going to make sure that it fits really nice and pretty. Just like this. All right, so it fits really, really nice and neat. Okay. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take my my little holder here, and I'm going to put it on the edge, right at the very edge here. So I'm going to seal everything down. Right sides all touching nicely. So I'm going to take the pin out. Take the pin out here, and my pin drop. No worries. I'm just going to open my seam, and I want to land this up really, really nicely here. And I'm going to pin. So I'm just going to pin. Now, I'm going to go on the machine now, and I'm just going to seal this edge all around. Okay? Everything, I'm just going to seal it all around, and 1/2 inch is perfectly fine. And what you could do, guys, you could also reinforce. So that means you could do it twice. I'm just going to do it once, but you could always reinforce.
Or if you make a skirt, it's, you know, it lets the belt part or the waist part of your skirt stand out really well.
Right. Okay.
Yes, it make the garment look a little more stable, more firm.
More firm, absolutely. Let me just explain what I've done here. So I've sewn this down here 1/2 inch. So again, guys, you could always reinforce it, you know what I mean? But I just do it for the life here and one itself. So now I want to turn everything around. So I'm going to open it through the hole here. And you could always make the hole here if you want, but you know, it's kind of nice on the side here. And you make the hole as small or as big as you want. Don't get, okay, I have to make it 3 inches or 2 inches or 1 inch. Just make the hole, make sure that you could pull out that something out of that hole. That's pretty much it. So I'm just going to pull it out here. And another thing I want to say for those who watching me live, watching the replay itself, we do have fabric on sale. And what I'm planning to do as well as going along, we would have pre-cut fabric. Like for those who want just, you know, they want the pattern, they want the fabric already cut out. We do have that option coming up as well as we go along in our sewing journey. But we do have fabric on sale, just so that everyone know. And we also do have zippers, long zipper itself on sale. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now, I just pull everything out and I'm just going to iron it. I don't really have to iron this again, to be honest with you guys. And the goal is just, you're going to be going in the oven for fire and whatever. But again, you want to give a nice, pretty gift to your client or to your loved one. So now we're just going to shove this in now. So we all done. Just going to shove this in. Shove this in. Shove this in nicely. All right. Make sure your thumb is out nicely. Okay. All right. And then we have this on the edge here now. Remember I said we could always have it as a hookup in the kitchen or something like that. And the last thing we're going to do here, guys. So I didn't close the hole. You could definitely have to go and close the hole, of course. The hole that I pulled it out. I didn't do it on the live, but of course, you know, you'll have to close that hole for sure. All right. So the last thing you're going to do here is iron and make sure you have a very nice, stable finish here. And then you will do a top stitch. Very, very important to do your top stitch. to make sure that your lining doesn't roll on the outside. You want to make sure everything nice and simple. So I'm going to do the stop stitch and pretty much we are done. So let's go ahead and do that.
Stitch.
Here. I didn't hear. Sorry, I didn't hear anything.
You put a stitch.
You do stay stitch?
Yes. At the top there to keep it firm.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna come on live in a bit. So guys, we are done. Finished, done. So how long did I take? How long did I take to do that? This is so easy, so easy. So
Yes.
So isn't this beautiful or it's not beautiful? Which one?
It's
Isn't it
nice.
It's nice. It didn't take long at
Beautiful.
all.
It didn't take long at all, right? So you could make
No.
Colors are saying hello.
you could make so much of them.
1, 2.
Let's give ourselves a hand for joining me.
Very nice.